Hi everyone, welcome back to our Red Blossom Tea channel. Today we'll look at rare teas. These are the teas that I really enjoy. They are unique and complex. What makes a tea rare is the supply of the tea, how it's crafted, where it comes from, its lineage, the history of it, but of course how it tastes. So today we'll look at white tea. This is a new craft. White tea is normally lightly oxidized. It's best from Fujian County. Also best if it's an early spring harvest, like our silver needle. But this new craft, Xin Gong Yi, means a new style of making. This is something we commission our roaster and farm to create for us only. It is something I enjoy very much because of its unique flavor. So there's an even distribution of baby tips as well as the secondary and tertiary leaf. The leaves are picked mid-April and they're allowed to oxidize a little bit more. I'm using a basic white Gaiwan to brew this tea, so it showcases the color of the brew. You don't need a whole lot, but for white tea, keep in mind that it's very lightweight. So if we are going to check whether this tea is rare and worth the purchase price, especially when I'm on buying trips, is to taste enough of the tea, multiple steeps, to check the flavor. So I am using water that's a little bit hotter. Normally for white tea, we use a lower temperature water, and you have to watch it a little bit more. But for Xin Gong Yi, the leaves are a little more oxidized, so hence you get this darker color. Oxidation is usually shown by the color of the dry leaves, as well as the color of the brew. So we're looking at teas that are perfectly picked at a time where the leaves are not too light in flavor, but they're not too astringent either. Because if it's harvested just 1 or 2 weeks later, you'll get a crop that's similar to baby lettuce that has matured a bit, and it will get a little more bitter. So for this particular one, Xin Gong Yi is one of my favorite because this is a famous craftsman. They know exactly when to halt the oxidation, but the temperature in roasting is also well controlled to a point where we will pull out the sweetness of the leaves rather than the tannins. I'm starting out with the first steep, and you can now see how the brew color is a golden color. It's very champagne-like or yellow wine. And we check the nose. So by using the lid to put up to your nose, you can also test for the aroma. So because this is a little more oxidized, you get a golden color in the leaves. Now I will begin the second steep by adding water in again. Giving this tea, the brewed tea, a little more time to rest and cool. So once the tea is at sippable temperature, what we want to do is aerate, move the tea from the front of your mouth towards the back. So I will take a little sip, swallow a little bit, and then move that by sucking in air from the front towards the back, a little bit like slurping. So what I've done is move the liquid, the tea, from the front of my mouth towards the back. It coated all my taste buds, and I pick up the finish. In Chinese, this is called 回甘. 回甘 means the afterbite. For everyday tea, normally you would pick up the strong flavor in the front of your mouth. And once you drink it, if you aerate, then a lot of times you would pick up a lot more of the tannins rather than the strong finish or the flavor. Finish really, to me, means flavor. So it's similar to eating an everyday string cheese versus a more mature, aged, flavorful cheddar or aged Gouda. So with teas, it's the same when we're tasting. So the second infusion has a deeper color. For any rare tea, or any good quality tea really, the second steep always has more color and flavor. So again, we want to aerate. When you draw air through, that finish should be even stronger. ×3, ×10 for some teas. For rare tea, I expect the second infusion to be ×10 in flavor. That means I'm tasting the tea all here now, and usually 5 to 10 minutes later, if you don't eat anything yet, you'll still be able to taste the natural honey-like finish of this tea. It's naturally fruity because of the higher oxidation. So to me, it's similar to the caramelized sugar when I make apple pie. When the sugars start to ooze out from the side of the pie pan, then this is the finish I'm looking for. So a lot of times we're describing the flavor of the tea based on our experience. I bake a lot, so when I make fruit cobblers or any ripened fruits, this is what I expect the flavor to be. Because it is all natural, even if we were to add hot water into the third time, it's still stronger in flavor than the second steep. That's why this tea is one of the rare teas.